got up early today because we don't know what to expect in Santiago. We're out walking before sunup. We saw yesterday that 3,000 pilgrims arrived, so we expect the same today, Sunday. Once the sun comes up, I'll film more. Right now, there's very little visibility, and with this lantern on my head, you can barely see me. So we're about 5 kilometers out, almost there. Not a lot of pilgrims because the weather is crap. You can see behind me. I'd love to be able to show you a beautiful view and maybe the top of the steeple of the church. As you can see, all we've got in front of us is fog and rain. So it's not an angelic heavenly ending, but it is an ending. Next stop, the plaza at the cathedral. So coming down from the cathedral plaza and taking a right, this little street, and way down at the end in that white building is the pilgrim office, where you go to get your certificate and prove that you actually did the entire Camino or whatever portion of it you did. We'll see how it works, but I think there's a QR code, a little online form, and then you're told when to come back to pick it up later in the day. But I'll confirm that now. Arriving here at the Cathedral Square. This is the place. This is the end. You can hear the bagpipes that are very typical of Galicia. I think I mentioned the Celtic thing here. This is the place. This is the end. And right there is a parador where we're staying tonight. But thrilled to be done. So that is it, Santiago Camino. So I'm actually here in Santiago de Compostela. Just finished this the French route about 3 hours ago. So here's the stuff that made it that really was critical. There's a bunch of other crap that I brought that I didn't need. So 2 walking sticks, definitely needed. And as you get into the video, you'll hear more about what you need in terms of the tips and so forth and how many, but 2 walking sticks for sure. This is a poncho for rain, which you will need, that folds out and folds up. At the end of the day, once I got down into it, 2 technical t-shirts, nothing more. 1 pair of long pants, 1 pair of short pants, 2 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, a poofy type Patagonia or Montclair jacket, pajamas. This is what served for me as pajamas, and a cap. Of all of that, the only thing that I'll add to the detail is that I'm missing, and something you'll see in the video if you watch the whole thing, is a long sleeve hoodie, which basically when you're doing the Camino, you want to layer. And so this is something very light, again, thin material. This is all Lululemon. I'm not, selling the brand or anything, but that's what it is. And worked very well. And then 2 pairs of shoes, a pair of sandals for when you're just worn out and your feet need something else, a pair of walking shoes that are broken in before, extension cord, light. The light here is for those early mornings when you get up before sun comes up. Sunscreen you will need because the sun is going to hit you. Fanny pack. The fanny pack worked very well, although most of the time it was inside of the backpack, which is up there. but a decent sized fanny pack, because inside of that you can put your credentials, which I'll show you in a second. First aid kit that, for me, frankly, there were only a couple of elements that I used from it. One was the safety pin for popping blisters and the whole kind of blister pack kit, which this moleskin kit was the rest of that. So alcohol swab, the moleskin patches, and the safety pin, critical. Then for me, because I had leg issues, I have these guys, which are basically wraps for calves that protect the calves and the shins. And this is the same sort of deal, just basically a bandage wrap. And then a backpack. This is if I remember right, a 40-kilo backpack that all of this stuff fit in, along with a water bladder, basically like a canteen, and some of these little hooks for carrying all that stuff. And that is the basic stuff that you need. Everything else, you can come up with other stuff that is useful or that you might think is a value add, but those are the critical items that are must-haves to make it. You may think that 2 t-shirts and 2 pairs of underwear is very little, but what you end up doing is you get to a location, and once you arrive, you've got shower services and so forth. So basically you wash one set and dry them overnight, and the next day you use the other ones. And so you're constantly rotating through clothes. So you're not gonna, don't bring, if you're planning on 30 days of travel, don't plan on bringing 30 days of socks. Bring 3 days of socks and wash, dry, wash, dry, wash, dry. That's what we ended up doing. And it worked. And so we got all the way through.
Wow. So 3 hours ago, we finished the Camino. We are in Santiago de Compostela. We're at the Parador, which is right on the plaza. And it's been an amazing trip. Okay. So don't do this. Save yourselves. Save yourselves. Don't come.